All right, today we're diving into something that's changing the game for finance professionals everywhere, Microsoft Copilot. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how you can actually use it, and maybe most importantly, the new responsibilities that come with all this power. And this quote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella really just nails the big picture here. It's not just about getting tasks done faster. It's about creating this incredible new way to connect you to all the information out there, plus all the knowledge locked away inside your own firm, and doing it securely so you can make smarter decisions way faster.
So, here's our plan. First, we'll get a handle on what Copilot really is. Then, we'll talk money. What's the investment look like? After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, how to talk to the AI to get what you want. And finally, we'll tackle the really big topics, human accountability and the new ethical questions your firm is going to have to face.
Okay, let's jump right in. What is Copilot when it comes to your firm's day-to-day? Because, this isn't just another program you have to install and learn. It's something different. The key phrase here, the one you really need to remember, is built directly into. Think of it like a new intelligent layer that's just there, inside the tools you already live in every day. So whether you're in Outlook trying to summarize a crazy long email chain, or you're in Excel analyzing data, or in Word drafting a report, Copilot is right there with you, ready to help.
And listen, this isn't some pie in the sky, maybe someday kind of thing. A full 75%, 3/4 of financial services firms in the UK are already on board with AI. That means getting a handle on these tools is quickly becoming a must-have, not a nice-to-have, just to keep up.
All right, so what's the price of admission? Let's break down the different versions and what they cost. You see, Microsoft has set this up as kind of a layered system, so it's really important to know what you get for free versus what you're paying for with the premium super integrated version.
So let's take a look. Pretty much everyone with a Microsoft 365 business plan gets the basic Copilot chat included. Think of it as a secure chat assistant for searching the web and doing simple things with your files. But the real power, the magic, comes from that paid add-on, Copilot for Microsoft 365. That's what unlocks all the deep automation and analysis right inside your Office apps.
For small and medium-sized businesses, Microsoft makes it pretty simple. You can just grab one of these bundles that packages your basic license right with the Copilot add-on. Nice and easy. Or if you already have a plan you like, you can just tack Copilot on top.
Now, for the bigger organizations, this is where it gets really interesting. That Copilot add-on price is a flat $30 a user. It doesn't matter if they're on a high-end E5 plan or a frontline F3 plan. It's the same price, which makes the budgeting for a big rollout way more predictable.
So at the end of the day, this is the number to remember. $30 per user per month. That's the core investment to really unlock the full power of AI right inside your team's workflow, from writing emails to crunching numbers.
Okay, so we know what it is, we know what it costs. But now for the most important part. How do you actually get it to do what you want? Because the secret is, the quality of what you get out of the AI depends entirely on the quality of what you put in.
You're going to hear this term prompt engineering, and it sounds super complicated and technical, right? But honestly, it's just the art of giving really clear instructions. The more specific you are, the more detail you give the AI about what you need, well, the better your results are going to be. It's that simple.
And this slide, this is basically your recipe for a perfect prompt. Seriously, think of it like a checklist. Give Copilot a job title. Tell it what you want to do, who is this for, what should it sound like, and here's the big one. Give it context, like pointing it to a specific file. If you follow these steps, you're going to get great results.
Now here's a great example for doing some research. See how specific that is? It's not just to analyze this company, it's telling the AI where to look for information, from government agencies only. That little detail makes a huge difference in the quality of the answer you get back.
And check this out. Here's an example of using it right inside your data. You can literally just ask your Excel sheet a question. Instead of messing around with formulas and building out a new scenario manually, you just ask in plain English, and boom, it shows you the impact. It's a total game changer.
Okay, and this part is absolutely non-negotiable. Copilot is amazing, but it's giving you a first draft. It's a starting point. You are still the expert. You are still accountable for the final product. So you have to review it, you have to edit it, and you have to make sure it's right.
And that whole idea of human oversight, it kind of leads us from the practical how-to stuff to something a bit more philosophical. because as these AI tools get more and more powerful, our job of guiding them and checking their work becomes more important than ever.
This question really gets to the core of a huge debate happening right now. Sometimes the AI models that give the most accurate answers are also the ones that are the hardest to understand. They're a black box. So you have this trade-off between getting the best possible result and being able to actually explain how you got it.
And that's exactly what people mean by the black box problem. When even the people who built the AI can't tell you the exact steps it took to reach a conclusion, that puts a ton of pressure on our whole idea of accountability. I mean, if no one can explain why it did what it did, who's responsible when it makes a mistake?
And that leads us right into our final section, where we zoom out and look at the biggest challenges for your firm. The whole ethical landscape is shifting, and it's so important to get ahead of the new risks you're taking on.
One of the absolute biggest risks is bias. These AI models learn from the data we feed them. And if that data has historical biases in it, well, the AI is going to learn those biases too. And sometimes it'll even make them worse. That famous example of the recruiting tool is perfect. It was trained on old hiring data and literally taught itself to dislike resumes from women.
And this right here perfectly captures that tension. On one side, you have pure economic logic, like an insurance algorithm that gets incredibly accurate at predicting risk. But on the other side, you have this question of fairness. I mean, is it right to penalize someone for something they can't control, even if the math says it makes sense? This is a totally new kind of problem that firms now have to solve. You know, the bottom line is this. An algorithm can crunch numbers faster than any human alive, but it does not have a moral compass. It doesn't have professional judgment. That is still your job. The final responsibility for every decision, every report, every piece of advice still rests with you.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. As we weave these incredibly powerful tools into everything we do, our role has to change. We're not just people using software anymore. We're now the supervisors of that software. The AI can be an amazing copilot for sure, but you still have to be the one flying the plane.